On the news, President Tinubu signs 2024 appropriations as passed by the National Assembly. 2024 budget set to meet Nigerians' aspirations. Good evening and welcome to Parliamentary News coming to you from Abuja. I am John Yaku. The National Assembly has passed the 2024 appropriation bill of 28.7 trillion naira. This is the first time Nigeria's budget is passed on a weekend during a special sitting in the bicameral legislature. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali and Mitari Ikpen takes it from here.
This bill is now read for the third time and passed.
31 days after submission by the executive, the 2024 appropriation bill is now ready for presidential assent. The harmonized report from Senate Appropriation Committee was approved, which contained an additional 1.2 trillion naira.
The closely and harmonious appropriation process, the executive forwarded requests for additional funding and some item of expenditure to the committee, which were not included in the bill as submitted by the executive.
There was also adjustment on the exchange rate. It's now 800 naira to the dollar against the proposed 750 naira. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, reaffirmed commitments of the National Assembly to engender deliverance of good governance by working hand in hand with the executive.
We will continue to labor diligently to ensure that the bill is promptly transmitted to Mr. President for his immediate assent, enabling its implementation to commence on January 1st, 2024. I also wish to express my deep appreciation to my esteemed colleagues for your patience. This selfless service, I must say, exemplifies the sacrifices that the National Assembly consistently makes for the progress and development of our great nation.
Also, as the special plenary, Deputy President of the Senate, Barrow Jibrin, and Senator Jimo Ibrahim raised motions on the demise of former Speaker, House of Representatives, Gali Umar Abba, and the late Governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu.
Rugged fighter who stood firm for the independence of the legislature. You will ever be remembered for the sacrifice he made.
Rotimi Akeredolu came as a legend, a man who served his people.
A minute's silence was observed in honor of each of the deceased. The recent killings in Plateau State also led the Senate to pass a resolution to invite security chiefs. Senators sympathized with victims of the heinous attack following a motion from Senator Diket Plank.
This recent attack appears to be a well-coordinated and well-orchestrated, with about 20 villages being attacked simultaneously.
What happened in Bokos is unprecedented.
The issue of Mango, many people were killed around Kera. Where was the Air Force? Where are the helicopters?
Meanwhile, Senate has approved securitization of outstanding ways and means of 7.3 trillion naira. The medium-term expenditure framework 2022 to 2026 was also adjusted to reflect the changes in the 2024 budget, while the 2022 to 2024 external borrowing rolling plan was also approved. After the passage of the budget, the Senate made a pledge that it will ensure that MDAs, that is ministries, departments and agencies of government, implement the 2024 appropriation in line with the spirit and letters of the budget document. I'll now hand you over to my colleague Mitari Ikpen, who is at the House of Representatives.
Thank you, Lami. The House of Representatives equally passed the 2024 appropriation bill of 28.7 trillion naira, which was 1.2 trillion naira higher than the estimates the President presented to the House. I had opportunity to speak with the Chairman House Committee on Appropriation to provide further insight into the reasons for increase in the estimates.
We had a meeting with the GOEs. We believe that their submission is not enough, so that they have agreed to increase their revenues to 700 billion. So when we increase that, we are able to get that to 1.2 trillion, which we applied in capital.
The MDAs should not wait for the funds to be released. They should quickly swing into action as soon as the budget is signed by commencing the procurement planning.
And my hope is that this budget will have more impact on the rural areas, especially if you look at my constituency, for instance.
After 1 month of scrutiny, the House at the Committee on Supply passed the appropriation bill of 28.7 trillion naira.
Bill read for the third time and passed.
The House also approved President Tinubu's request for securitization of 7.3 trillion naira ways and means. Being the last sitting of the House for the year, Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, in closing remarks, says review of the Electoral Act 2022 will be priority in the new year.
On strengthening it to deliver more free and fair elections and reduce the judiciary's influence on the electoral processes.
The House adopted a motion to investigate the Christmas Eve killings in Plateau State.
To provide aerial surveillance and support to flush out criminal hideouts.
I am tired of standing every day to observe 1 minute silence. The lives of Nigerians should begin to matter to us.
Build a counter-terrorism centers in these affected areas.
With the 2024 budget passed, this hallowed chamber will go serene and quiet as lawmakers proceed on recess to reconvene on the 23rd of January 2024 with hopefully fresh ideas and strategies that will enhance the legislative business. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
With the passage of the 2024 appropriations, what comes to the minds of some lawmakers is the level of implementation when finally assented to by the President. National Assembly correspondent Shah Mohammed spoke with a cross-section of lawmakers on their expectations from the budget.
Even though we received the budget very late, but we work vigorously and tirelessly to ensure that we pass this appropriation bill into law.
First, it's a matter of leadership, both at the executive level and the legislative level. There's this agreement that we should do everything to maintain the January-December budget cycle. It's good for the country. It's good for economic planning. It's good for our people. So that's goal being mutually accepted. There is this determination to make it happen. On our part in the legislature, it has meant a lot of work, day and night.
We saw for the first time stability in the process. There was no tinkering with the budget process. The deficit remained 9 trillion. The crude oil benchmark remained $77.96. What happened was that they little bit adjusted the exchange rate from 750 to 800 because of the reality on the ground, what is in the public market, as we are aware.
The budget is quite high, and we believe that the more the better for Nigerians in terms of agriculture, food production. He said he wants a lot of food production so that hunger can be a thing of the past in the country in terms of education, works, infrastructure, and all that. So we expect a lot of transformation in 2024.
We stayed here for over 5 hours, as you can see, or thereabouts, and we make sure that the budget has been passed today. And we hope the executive will sign it in January, and the ball is now in their court to implement it.
Key players have been expressing hope that the 2024 budget just signed into law will deliver the aspirations of Nigerians as it is focused on growing the economy. Minister of Budget and Finance expressed the hope while speaking to State House correspondent after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the appropriation bill into law. Leader of the National Assembly have also promised to follow up the implementation of the budget through their oversight function.
It's a budget that have increased spending in our priority areas: human capital development, education, health, and infrastructure, from works, power, housing, water resources, as well as innovation, digital economy, creative economy, science and technology. Humanitarian spending has also gone up.
So we're relying less on borrowing and more on revenue, and I think you have to take the two together. I think we're very optimistic about the improvements in revenue that will take place. We are already, even from tomorrow, applying technology and digitalization to ensure that the revenue that should come to government from all sources, including from government-owned enterprises, comes into the Consolidated Revenue Fund. And on the other side, we are bringing order to government borrowing.
If there is need, that we also undertake joint monitoring of the implementation of the budget to ensure that, yes, nobody can tell us one thing in the chambers or in the green chambers and another thing in the red chambers. We will make sure that we monitor very well. And he has also assured us that he has passed the matching orders to them. Ours is to make sure that we do our job.
He said he should be taking on his oath, that it will be delivered. This is a budget that will lay the foundation of the renewed hope. So I believe this is the budget that the Nigerian people are waiting for. This is the budget of the Nigerian people are yearning for, and we'll make sure that together we'll be able to deliver it well.
And still to come, more state governors signed 2024 appropriation bill into law. We'll be back after the break.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the marketing department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Welcome back. The Cross River State Governor, Senator Bassi Otu, has assented to the 2024 appropriation bill of 296 billion naira, reiterating the determination to sustainable growth and improve living standard of the people. Justina Etim reports that the Cross River State House of Assembly raised the budget from 250 billion naira earlier proposed by the governor to the current size.
It would be recalled that on the 26th of October 2023, Governor Otu, while presenting the 2024 appropriation bill before the Cross River State House of Assembly, proposed higher capital expenditure over recurrent expenditure. Signing the 2024 appropriation bill into law, Governor Otu says the increase in the budget size is to enable him actualize plans aimed at providing financial support to persons living with disabilities, payment of gratuities and pensions, as well as meet the needs of the citizens.
This budget is not just a set of numbers. It is a blueprint that defines our priority, values, and commitment to the people we serve. The allocation of funds in this budget signifies our dedication to addressing the pressing needs of our people. It is a testament to our pledge to invest in education, agriculture, power.
Giving a brief of the 2024 budget, Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Elvet Ayambem, assured the governor of the cooperation of the 10th Assembly to ensure he delivers on his People First mandate.
Adjustment and increase. Health. Additional 2 billion for implementation of nutrition activities and improved health services was infused. Bordercom had increased sum of 2 billion for improved border security as it resonates with the People's First agenda. The security of the people is paramount. Humanitarian and social welfare had 2 billion added for capital expenditure to provide for the less privileged and the vulnerable. Gratuity and pension had an increase of 5.4 billion to offset the outstanding liabilities.
Governor too called on revenue-generating agencies as well as ministries, departments and agencies to redouble efforts in revenue generation and ensure prompt remittance of revenue in order to finance the budget. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
Similarly, The Ogun State House of Assembly has passed the 2024 appropriation bill of 703.03 billion naira, with some parts of the appropriation reviewed. Correspondent Yemi Dalemo reports that the governor, Dr. Abiodun, signed the 2024 appropriation bill into law.
The passage of the 2024 appropriation bill followed the presentation of the report of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation. The appropriation bill was read and adopted clause by clause by the Committee of Supply. The first schedule saw the upward review of the recurrent expenditure in the budget proposals of the state ministries of Industry, Trade and Investments, Agriculture, Forestry, Transportation, Community Development and Cooperatives, Rural Development, Culture and Tourism, Education, Science and Technology, Trade and Waste Management Authority. Other recurrent expenditures jacked up include that of Bureau of Lands and Survey, State Planning and Development Permit Authority, among others. The appropriation bill was later presented to the governor by the Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, alongside other principal officers of the House. The governor noted that the signing of the bill is a testimony of his administration's commitment to the implementation of its vision through the creation of an enabling environment for investments to thrive.
After almost 1 month of rigorous exercise in the House, which includes budget retreats, budget defense, and committee work that we did in the last 30 days, including working on the public holiday. We said before you, sir, the budget of year 2024, so that business of good governance can continue in the state from January 1, 2024.
Promise to all of us is that we will continue to build on this solid foundation that we have established. We will remain just, we will remain fair, we will remain equitable. We will continue to ensure that we do not develop any part of this state at the expense of another.
The 2024 Ogun State Appropriation Law is tagged Budget of Sustainable Growth and Development. In Abuja, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Nigerians have been urged to embrace the year 2024 with positive spirit and high hope for better days ahead. The Chairman, Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria, Adebo Ogundoye, gave the advice in his New Year message to the nation. Ogundoye, who is also the Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, said, "Year 2024 is a brand new year, hence Nigerians must begin the 365 days of the year with positivity." He urged all Nigerians to tap into the numerous opportunities and endless possibilities that abound in the nation in order to make ends meet and contribute to the growth of the nation's economy. He felicitated the Executive Council of the Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures and other Assembly Speakers across the country and wished them a productive and prosperous New Year 2024. Mohammed Idris has applauded the flag off of ABG Compressed Natural Gas Conversion Center in Abuja as a laudable private sector initiative that will fast-track federal government's efforts towards deepening CNG utilization, reducing over-reliance on petrol, and promote cleaner and cheaper alternative fuel. Lydia Sampson reports.
That is a wonderful initiative by...
The minister is categorical that the ABG CNG Conversion Center is a first of its kind, particularly the training of 40 young Nigerians on efficient CNG conversion process.
But you are aware that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has committed the sum of about 100 billion in the first instance to support this initiative. That money is meant for the first purchase of CNG buses, conversion, and support to private sector like this. And I know that the president is always desirous of asking the private sector to join hands. So whatever government will do to support the private sector, it will do it.
The minister says he's not surprised given the antecedent of ABG in pioneering satellite television in Nigeria in the past 4 decades. For 82-year-old Bawa Garba, trailblazing resonates with his resolve at collaborating with government towards creating employment and deepening private sector participation in business.
The idea is to flag off here, and the next after Abuja will be Lagos.
We are willing to do instrumental payments for drivers. We are also partnering with a bank where they can go and open a bank. Once they are registered with us, we'll take them to that bank. That bank is willing to also fund them for the conversion kits, interest-free.
Raji Adegoke, one of the 40, gave insight on the knowledge acquired so far.
Between the gas cylinder at the back of the boot, there is a high-pressure hose that takes the gas from the boot to the engine.
ABG international partner and lead trainer is optimistic that the 40 Nigerians trained are good to go on all conversion processes.
First of all, yes, they're capable of doing any type of intervention. Their installations are actually very well oriented and guaranteed.
They are unanimous that CNG is cost-effective and eco-friendly alternative to petrol, offering several benefits. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
The chairman and chief executive of Mafindi Hala Abattoir, Issa Tafida Mafindi, is saddened over the death of one of their dependable partner, Mr. Emmanuel Ijewere. Mr. Ijewere is an expert in agriculture who died at the age of 77, has contributed in various ways to the development of agriculture in Nigeria and Africa in general. The Hala Abattoir is one of the legacies where the late Ijewere supported to its growth through technical advice. The chairman and chief executive of the abattoir, Issa Mafindi, condoles with the family and prayed to God to console them over the irreparable loss. And that's the size of our news package this evening. Thank you for watching and do have a wonderful evening. I am John Yaku.